The cafe sat at the corner of a street that never slept. Not quite London, not quite Lagos, just one of those places where time zones overlap and everyone's accent sounds borrowed. The sign outside said, "Common grounds." Maybe an accident, or maybe my irony. Inside, the air smelled of roasted beans, rain, damp coats, and unspoken opinions. On one side sat Obinna, a Nigerian tech consultant with a polished look of someone who had learned early that appearance was part of the visa process. Across him sat Maya, a Liverpool-born writer who liked a sarcasm strong and a coffee stronger. They had met online through a mutual friend, of course a Nigerian Canada, who thought they'd get along. He was entirely wrong, but he wasn't right either. "You people love coffee, eh?" Maya said, staring at us slowly. "Or is it just a global addiction now?" Obinna smiled. "We didn't choose coffee. Coffee chose us, along with the deadlines and capitalism." She laughed. "Fear, same demons, different passports." The laughter felt easy, but beneath it was something else. Curiosity. That kind that asks without asking. Who are you, really? Maya leaned forward. "I was reading about Lagos the other day, where a place you have traffic, the less longer the relationships." Obinna chuckled. "True, Lagos traffic is a spiritual test. If you can survive that, you can survive marriage, politics, and even Liverpool weather." I agreed. "So what brings you here? Work?" "Sort of," he said. "I'm here consulting for a fintech company, but honestly, I just wanted to breathe. Lagos is loud, even silence there has volume." She nodded, looking out the window. "Liverpool's loud too. Just what about polite? We complain about the rain the way you complain about the government." He laughed again. "At least the rain doesn't steal public funds." For a second, the laughter filled the cafe. It drew a few glances, the kind that say they're clearly not from here. As the conversation flowed, their accents began to shift. Obinna's polished British rhythm gave way to Nigeria's cadence when he got excited. My scowls don't soften when she got serious. They didn't notice, but people at the next table did. Two students, one Canadian, one Kenyan. They whispered something about code switching, though they didn't know what the story was about. And of course it was unfolding in real time. Maya sat her cup down. "You know, that's mad. When I was a kid, I thought accents started intelligence. BBC meant smart, everything else meant local." Obinna tilted his head. "We were taught the same. You learned to sound proper just to be heard, even when you're saying the same thing." "So what's your real voice then?" she asked. She paused. "Depends on who's listening." She nodded. "Same." Outside, the rain thickened, the delivery bike splashed past, a cab honked, and someone shouted in the phone in rapid Yoruba. Inside the cafe hummed quietly, as if given permission for honesty. Obinna leaned back. "You ever feel like you are living two versions of yourself?" Maya smiled faintly. "I call mine Public Maya and the real Maya. Public Maya smiles in Norton meetings, real Maya swears at politicians who write angry essays at 2 a.m. He laughed. "I call mine Office Obinna and Uncle Obinna. Office Obinna wears blazers and emails in perfect English. Uncle Obinna tells stories in pidgin and forgets grammar exists." "So which one are you now?" she asked. He looked at her for a moment. "Somewhere in between, maybe both, maybe none." The clock about counted ticked softly. The cafe was almost empty now, and the waiter cleared a nearby table, humming Coldplay under his breath. Maya glanced at Obinna. "You know, this might sound strange, but I feel like I've been in this conversation before. Different people, different cities, same undertow. Maybe that's what life is, right?" Obinna says, "Well, true. Same conversations, different accent." She smiled, finishing her coffee. "I should quote that in something." He shrugged. "Go ahead. I'll see you later." They laughed again, softer this time. When they stepped outside, the rain had stopped. The street glowed with kind of quiet that only comes after a storm. Not silence, just relief. They stood for a moment under the flickering street light. Maya tucked her hands in the coat and said, "You know, I used to think code switching was about hiding, but maybe it's just about navigating." Oppenheim nodded. "Exactly, you're not pretending, you're translating." She smiled. "That's a good one, translating, not pretending." He smiled back. "Maybe that's all we are doing, trying to be understood." Then, as if on cue, a taxi pulled. He gestured for her to go first. "You take it," he said. "I'll walk. Need to clear my head." She nodded and stepped into the car. As it drove, Maya stood there and said, "What a very clear lad. What a very good lad he is. Someday I hope I meet someone who's going to be like a husband to me." And that goes the end of Code Switch for today. See you in the next episode.